What's up, KFG CREW KFG Kings? This your boy bigboyfactsjonnytv, and tonight I'll go over my WWE Smackdown review and highlights. So if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, turn on post notifications when I premiere a brand new video or I'll go live on YouTube. Follow my social media, my Twitter, my Instagram, TikTok, and Twitch, and Discord down below in the description. Let's talk about SmackDown. Now, SmackDown was a decent show. I give it a 7 out of 10. Alright, it says SmackDown was live at Atlanta, Georgia. Just want to let y'all know that. WWE SmackDown kicks off with Drew's music. So we get the Irish Donny Brook match. Drew Mcintyre versus Sheamus. This was the best part of the entire show right here. This match was good. As Drew is making his way down to the ring, Sheamus attacks him from behind. Sheamus with right hands as he throws Drew into the ring post. Sheamus throws Drew into the ring and the referee calls for the bell and the match is on the way. Sheamus with right hands in the corner. He runs towards Drew, but Drew with a clothesline. A chop by Drew as he throws Sheamus to the ropes as Drew with a Machoku driver. He goes for the cover, but Sheamus kicks out. Sheamus rolls to the outside of the ring. Drew on the ring apron, but Sheamus trips him up. Sheamus grabs a shillelagh, but Drew gets in the ring. Drew with a back suplex, but black suplex and Drew with the shillelagh. And he grabs it, but Sheamus with a kick and he clotheslines Drew to the outside of the ring. Right hands by Drew as he throws Sheamus over the announcer table. Drew grabs a table from under the ring. Sheamus with a right hand. Sheamus throws Drew shoulder first into the ring steps. He throws Drew back into the ring. Sheamus placed the table in the corner onto the barricade. He gets back into the ring and grabs a shillelagh. He hits Drew with it. He pushes it onto Drew's eyes and Drew on the ring apron. Sheamus hits him with the 10 beats of the Baron with the shillelagh. Drew onto the outside. Sheamus goes for a suplex through the table, but Drew stops it. Drew with a suplex onto the mat on the outside of the ring. Drew throws Sheamus onto the ring steps. He grabs Sheamus and throws him through the beer barrels. Alright, commercial break. Back from commercial break, Drew with a chop to the chest. He runs to the ropes, but Sheamus with a body slam. Sheamus to the outside of the ring, and he grabs a steel chair. He gets in the ring and hits Drew with it across the back. Sheamus placed the chair in between the second and third rope in the corner. Sheamus goes for the white noise, but Drew lands on his feet. The chair in the corner falls, and Drew throws Sheamus shoulder first into the corner. Drew with an overhead throw. Drew with a neck breaker. Drew to the outside, and he throws a few chairs into the ring. Drew gets back in the ring, and Sheamus throws a chair onto Drew. Sheamus goes for the white noise on the steel chairs, but Drew lands on his feet. Drew with the future shock DDT onto the chairs. Drew goes for the cover, but Sheamus kicks out. Rich Hollins hits Drew with the shillelagh from behind. Sheamus hits Drew with a knee to the face. He goes for the cover, but Drew kicks out. Drew to the outside of the ring. Rich Hollins picks him up, but Drew lands on his feet. Drew throws Rich onto the ring post. He grabs Holland and throws him through the table onto the barricade. So we go to commercial break. Back from commercial, both men are on the top rope as Drew throws Sheamus down onto the mat. A table is placed in the ring. Drew goes for the Claymore, but Sheamus moves out of the way. Sheamus with the Alabama slam. He goes for the cover, but Drew kicks out. Drew onto the outside of the ring, with chairs and a bar on the outside of the ring. Sheamus grabs Drew, but Drew reverses it and throws Sheamus into the bar. Drew turns around and Butch jumps off the top of several barrels. Sheamus hits Drew with a bar stool from behind. He throws Drew back into the ring. Sheamus places Drew on his shoulders and climbs the second rope. He hits Drew with the right noise. Sheamus goes for the cover, but Drew kicks out. Sheamus gives Bush instructions, and Bush grabs a shillelagh that is several feet long. He turns around, but Drew hits him with the Glasgow kiss. Butch gets into the ring as Drew hits him with the shillelagh. He hits Sheamus with the shillelagh. Drew hits Butch with the claymore. Drew turns around and as Sheamus hits him with the bro kick. Sheamus goes for the cover, but Drew kicks out. Sheamus goes for the bro kick, but Drew catches him and promos him through the table. Sheamus grabs a shillelagh as he turns around and Drew hits him with the claymore. He goes for the cover and gets the pin. The winner and new number one contender, Drew McIntyre. This was the only good match that I enjoyed to kick off SmackDown. This was the best part of the entire show. This match was good. Alright, let's move on. Kayla gets in the ring after the match. Drew calls Atlanta Hot Atlanta. He tells Sheamus it didn't have to be this way, but he knew what he had to do because someone had to get the titles off of the part-time champions. Out comes Theory from behind, and he hits Drew several times with the Money in the Bank briefcase. We cut to Pac McAfee and Michael Cole as Happy Corbin is in the attendance in the front row. He shows his ticket and he holds up a sign with the word loser on it with Pac McAfee's face on it. Alright. So we go to commercial break. Michael Cole and Pac McAfee are running through the SummerSlam card as Happy Corbin starts throwing popcorn at Pac McAfee. Out comes WWE officials. Corbin throws the entire bag of popcorn onto McAfee's and jumps the rail. Adam Pearce and WWE officials break it up. Corbin kicks Pat in the family jewels as Pac McAfee falls to the ground. So we go to commercial break. Back from commercial, Kayla is with Theory. He tells her he is sick and tired of everyone treating him like a punching bag. He says he is going to be a future WWE Undisputed Universal Champion, and he is already the youngest Money in the Bank winner. He says many are jealous of him, but that won't stop him from becoming the new WWE Undisputed Universal Champion. He says last Friday Brock Lesnar hit him with the F5, but he won't stop him. On Raw, Roman Reigns and the Usos hit him, but that won't stop him. And he will make Drew his punching bag. Theory walks away, but Heyman is standing there as the two talk and the camera cuts to ringside. Pat and Michael Cole are sitting as Pat calls Corbin a scumbag. So we get Shotzi versus Aaliyah. This was a this was decent match. The bell rings, we are underway. Aaliyah with the loud death press. She gets up, but Shotzi slams her onto the mat. Shotzi stomps on Aaliyah in the corner. Shotzi goes for the cover, but Aaliyah kicks out. Shotzi with the Ross of Jericho. Aaliyah kicks Shotzi away. Aaliyah with right hands. Aaliyah runs to the ropes and she hits Shotzi with a clothesline. She goes for the cover, but Shotzi kicks out. Shotzi rolls to the outside of the ring. Aaliyah on the ring apron as she hits Shotzi with a meteor off the ring apron. She grabs Shotzi, but Shotzi throws Aaliyah into the ring post. She throws Aaliyah back into the ring. Shotzi with the never wake up. She goes for the cover and gets the pin. The winner of the match, Shotzi. This was a decent match. We see a promo from last week where Sonia said no one in the locker room will be able to get her out of the ring. Out comes Ronda Rousey, who hit her with an armbar. We cut backstage as Ronda and Liv Morgan are taking pictures for their SummerSlam match. In comes Natalya, who tells Liv that she is a champion because of her. In comes Sonia, who tells Ronda that she came out to hurt her after she had already lost. We cut to the ring, and Shotzi is talking, and now comes Ronda Rousey. Shotzi tells her hi and goes for a right hand, but Ronda throws her down. She tells Shotzi bye as Shotzi leaves the ring. A fan tells Ronda to shut up, and no one wants to hear her talk. But Ronda tells the fan they suck, and that their mom failed them. She calls Liv out to the ring. So I gotta, and me and Showstopper TV is gonna call this down the middle. That Ronda Rousey is going to turn heel at SummerSlam and win back and win back the SmackDown Women's Championship. But I could be wrong though. But that's just my opinion. But let me know down below, do you guys agree with me with my opinion? But anyway, let's move on. So we go to commercial break. Ronda Rousey Ronda Rousey and Liv Morgan versus Sonia Deville, Sonia and Natalya. This match was this was terrible. The bell rings and we are underway. Ronda and Natalya start the match. Natalya with an armbar, but Ronda reverses it. A takedown by Ronda as she goes for the cover, but Natalya kicks out. Liv is tagged in as they double team Natalya. She tags Sonya into the match, and Sonya with a right hand. Sonya with kicks onto Liv. Sonya runs to the ropes, but Liv with a drop kick. Liv with a back elbow. Liv with a knee to the face, and Ronda attacks herself in. A kick onto Sonya as she goes for the ankle lock. But Sonya rolls to the outside of the ring. Liv tags herself in. Sonya trips Liv up and she throws Liv into the barricade. She throws Liv back into the ring. Natalya is tagged in. A snap suplex by Natalya. A headlock by Natalya as Liv gets to her feet. Natalya throws Liv to the outside of the ring. Natalya with a suplex. Commercial break. Back from commercial, Sonya with a knee to the face. She goes for the cover, but Liv kicks out. Natalya is tagged into the match as they double team her. Natalya stomps on Liv. She goes for the sharpshooter, but Liv kicks her away. Liv with the code breaker onto Natalya. She goes for the cover, but Natalya kicks out. Liv refusing to tag Ronda into the match. Liv with a right hand. She goes for a right hand onto Sonya, but Natalya tag Sonya with a but Natalya with a right hand onto Liv. Sonya is tagged in and a snap mare onto Liv. Sonya with a headlock. Liv with right hands and a kick to the side of the head. Liv looks at Ronda and refuses to tag her in. Natalya is tagging and a clothesline onto Liv. She goes for the cover, but Liv Morgan kicks out. Natalya runs towards Liv Morgan, but Liv Morgan with a drop toe. Sonya is tagging Liv. Tags Ronda in. Ronda with the Piper's Pit, but Ronda goes for the armbar, but Natalya hits her from behind. Liv hits Natalya with the Oblivion. Ronda with an ankle lock on Sonya, and Sonya taps out. The winner of the match, Ronda Rousey and Liv Morgan. So me and Showstopper TV got a feeling that Ronda Rousey is going to turn heel at SummerSlam and win back the SmackDown Women's Championship. Me and Showstopper TV are going to call it down the middle. But anyway, let's move on. So we got Jeff Jarrett says he has something to say. He says he thought it would be a good idea for all of them to talk before SummerSlam. He wants them to understand how serious he takes his job as a special guest referee. Jay asks him if it's a DQ if he hits Montez in the nose and makes him bleed like he did on Monday. Dawkins asks if it's a DQ if he hits Jimmy so bad he comes back with his face paint. Jeff Jarrett says they have creative imaginations. Jeff Jarrett tells them he is not there to contain them. He is there to let them run wild. All he has to do tomorrow is when two shows are on the mat, he has to count to three. But as for tonight, it's apparent that they have some outstanding issues. If one of them feels froggy, they should jump. Dawkins asks him, "It's a DQ if he and as he is talking, all four men start to fight. Jay accidentally hits Jeff Jarrett with a super kick. The Usos check on Jeff Jarrett, but he pushes them away. Dawkins throws the Usos onto the outside. Ford jumps over the top rope onto them. Um, so I got this feeling at SummerSlam tomorrow that Jeff Jarrett is going to hit Jay Uso with the guitar. That's all I gotta say. Let's move on to a commercial. Maxine Dupree is backstage with the Macy and Mansar of the MMM Summer Collection. In comes Max Dupree, who says he is still looking forward to new models. This segment was boring, and that segment was boring. So we get the match card: the New Day versus the Viking Raiders. Um, this was a solid tag team match. This was solid. The bell rings and we are underway. Woods and Eric start the match. Eric with a clothesline. He throws Woods to the ropes as Kofi tags himself in, and Kofi with a crossbody off the top rope. He goes for the cover, but Eric kicks out. Eric runs towards Eric, but Eric with a kick to the face. Ivar tag into the match. They double team Kofi. Eric is tagged back in. Kofi with right hands and Ivar is tagged in. He grabs Kofi and throws him to the outside of the ring. He throws Kofi onto the barricade. So we go to commercial break. Alright. Back from commercial, Kofi with the SOS on Ivar. Woods is tagging as is Eric. Woods with a spinning forearm. Woods with a Russian leg sweep onto Eric. Woods with a drop kick on Ivar. Woods with a drop toho. Woods with a tornado DDT. He goes for the cover, but Eric kicks out. Woods goes for a suplex, but Eric with a right hand. Eric lifts Woods up, but Woods lands on his feet. A kick by Woods and Kofi is tagging. Kofi with a splash off the top rope. He goes for the cover, but Ivar breaks it up. Ivar with a spinning kick onto Woods. Kofi with a kick onto Ivar. Eric with a kick to the face. Ivar is tagging as they double team Kofi. As a double powerbomb onto Kofi. Ivar goes for the cover and gets the pin. The winner of the match, the Viking Raiders. That was a solid tag team match. After the match, the Viking Raiders grab the shields, grabs their shields and get into the ring. Woods runs towards Eric, but Eric hits him with the shield. Ivar places Xavier Woods' leg in between the steel chairs. The Viking Raiders slam their shield onto the chair onto Xavier Woods' leg. Out comes the WWE officials who break it up. Paul Heyman is standing in the ring. He introduced himself and says he is the special counsel to the tribal chief, the one and only undisputed heavyweight championship is not just all of WWE, but all of sports entertainment. The GOAT, the head of the table, and tomorrow night at SummerSlam, the last man standing, Roman Reigns. Paul Heyman says 700 days in the modern era as the heavyweight champion and unheard of accomplishments. Not for a few years, not for a decade, but for 35 years, no one has gotten the 700 days as the heavyweight champion. And the spoiler tomorrow says Brock Lesnar. Paul Heyman says over his you know what dead body. He says Roman Reigns will not pin Lesnar. He will put Lesnar down for 10 seconds, and he will stand over and defeat and humiliate, embarrass the victimized Brock Lesnar, and hold both titles in the air. He will be the last man standing, and he will be done with Brock Lesnar once and for all. Out comes Brock Lesnar. He gets in the ring as Paul Heyman extends the microphone, but Brock Lesnar walks towards him. Theory hits Lesnar from behind with the Money in the Bank briefcase, but Lesnar stands on his feet. Brock Lesnar grabs the briefcase and hits Theory with it. Brock Lesnar with a German suplex, Theory to the outside of the ring. As he grabs his briefcase, he turns around and Drew hits him with the Claymore. Drew looks at Brock Lesnar as Drew music hits, and SmackDown goes off the air. Alright, but like I said earlier, now SmackDown was a decent show. SmackDown was a 7 out of 10. And that's all I got to say from here. But anyway, if you guys enjoyed my WWE Smackdown review and highlights, please give this video a thumbs up. Comment down below on what are your thoughts on Smackdown. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, turn on post notifications when I premiere a brand new video or I go live on YouTube. Follow my social media, my Twitter, my Instagram, and TikTok, and Twitch, and Discord down below in the description. And I'll see you guys next on my AEW Rampage review and highlights. And Saturday, I'm gonna try my best to go live on YouTube before I do my WWE SummerSlam review and highlights. So I don't know what time I'm going live on YouTube, but just hop in there on my live stream on YouTube tomorrow when I go live on YouTube. But anyway, this your boy bigboyfactsjonnytv. Have a great night, stay safe, and always stay positive and stay blessed. KFG CREW KFG Kings, too sweet. I'm out of here, gang.